So get this. Oprah just casually dragged Meghan Markle on a podcast, and most people didn't even catch it. But those who did, oh, they're having a field day. Now, Meghan's always been sensitive when it comes to her name, titles, and the whole Sussex branding thing. But this was next level petty. And the kicker, it was done with such a light, cheeky tone that Oprah could totally pass it off as a harmless joke. But let's be real, it wasn't. It all went down on Kelly Ripa's podcast, Let's Talk Off Camera, when Oprah got asked something completely random, if she'd like to receive baby chicks as a gift. Yeah, weird question, but Oprah took it and ran. Her response, I'd run them straight over to the Sussex. She literally stretched and twisted the name Sussex into some comical tongue twister that didn't even sound real. It was a roast, plain and simple. The audience laughed, Oprah smiled, and Kelly moved on. But online, it blew up. Meghan stans were not having it, and the anti-Meghan crowd, oh, they practically popped champagne. But let's pause here, because this wasn't just a silly joke. It landed hard because of context. Oprah's the same woman who sat down with Meghan and Harry during that infamous interview, giving them the ultimate platform to spill their royal grievances. That conversation was emotional, calculated, and powerful. It painted the palace in a bad light and rebranded Meghan as a misunderstood, mistreated outsider. Oprah gave her that stage. So for Oprah to now be mispronouncing Sussex like it's a punchline, yeah, that hits different. And it's not like Meghan hasn't leaned into the whole Sussex identity. Just a few months ago, she corrected Mindy Kaling on her Netflix show, going, "It's Meghan Sussex now, don't you know?" First of all, no, that's not a thing. It's not even legally accurate. Her real name on paper is Rachel Meghan Markle. Yep, Rachel, not Meghan, not Sussex, just regular old Rachel Markle. But she's been trying to make Meghan Sussex happen like it's some kind of brand name. And honestly, it's giving try-hard energy. Now let's talk about this sting everyone's been whispering about. Meghan's reportedly upset, not just about Oprah's comment, but about the whole vibe shift. People close to her are saying she felt blindsided. Like, imagine your big ally, the person who gave you your global rebrand, suddenly turning you into a punchline. And let's not forget, this isn't the first time Oprah's made a quiet exit from Meghan's corner. Last year, there was that super awkward moment at a bookshop launch event in Montecito. Meghan was there doing her thing, speaking on stage, cameras flashing, and then Oprah walked in, late, and completely ignored her. No greeting, no wave, just walked in, sat down, and kept her distance like Meghan wasn't even there. People who were there noticed it, and so did Meghan. And now, Oprah's not featuring her on her own network. She's not shouting her out on social media, not even a casual repost of one of Meghan's gift baskets, which, let's be honest, you know Meghan sent, probably filled with organic teas, handmade soaps, and some sort of monogrammed merch. But Oprah didn't bite. No post, no acknowledgement, nothing. That silence, louder than any shade. So, what changed? That's the million-dollar question. Because Oprah is calculated. She doesn't move without purpose. And if she's slowly backing away from Meghan, you better believe there's a reason. And right now, the public's eating it up. The truth is, Oprah's been playing Hollywood chess while Meghan's still clinging to checkers. Everyone in the industry knows that when Oprah distances herself, she does it clean. No messy statements, no public fallouts, just silence, subtle digs, and suddenly you're no longer on the guest list. And the dig on that podcast wasn't random, it was strategic. Oprah has a reputation to uphold, and right now, being too close to Meghan and Harry isn't exactly boosting anyone's brand. Look around. The elite circles in LA are shifting. The sympathy card Meghan once played so effectively is losing its shine. People are beginning to see through the curated narratives, the controlled interviews, the constant push for relevance. It's not that she's irrelevant, she's just becoming predictable. And that's the death of influence in a town that feeds on surprise and reinvention. And here's where things get even messier. Sources say Meghan's team is scrambling. Internally, they know they can't afford to lose Oprah. Not just because of her status, but because of the domino effect it could trigger. If Oprah's done with you, others start pulling away too. There's a signal, a quiet, powerful cue to the rest of Hollywood This association is no longer beneficial. That's brutal, but it's real. And Meghan, she's not blind to it. That's why the duck emergency happened. Yeah, that ridiculous story where Meghan supposedly showed up at Oprah's house with a box of ducklings, begging for help. The official version painted it like some cute, urgent animal rescue situation. But come on, no one's buying that. Ducks don't just waddle into Montecito needing urgent relocation. The whole thing screamed PR stunt, a desperate attempt to reinitiate warmth, closeness, any kind of bond with Oprah. But Oprah, she didn't even post about it. Not a single photo, not a single word, cold. Meanwhile, the reactions on social media have been ruthless. One user wrote, "Oprah is for Oprah." And it honestly couldn't be more accurate. She's not here for loyalty, she's here for legacy. And if you become a liability to that, you're out. Hollywood's top-tier power players live by one rule: protect the brand. Oprah's brand is success, longevity, wisdom. Getting caught up in Meghan's ongoing royal drama just muddies that image, and she knows it. There's also a deeper irony here. Meghan, who fought so hard to separate herself from the royal family, now clings to the Sussex title like it's a lifeline. She wanted independence, but the brand she's building relies entirely on a title she's technically not even supposed to use in commercial ventures. That contradiction hasn't gone unnoticed. People are pointing it out more than ever. And Oprah mocking that title, that was a signal to the rest of us. This whole thing's getting absurd. Even Mindy Kaling looked uncomfortable during that Netflix moment when Meghan insisted she be called Meghan Sussex. You could see the hesitation in her face, like, girl, what are you doing? It's not a last name, it's a title, one that came from the very institution you claim tried to destroy you. The logic's crumbling, and so is the support. Right now, Meghan's image is at a tipping point. Oprah's jab wasn't just a roast, it was a gentle push toward the edge. And once that fall begins, it's hard to climb back up without a real reinvention. The question is, does Meghan even realize how far she's already slipping? Meghan's real problem isn't Oprah's joke, it's the isolation that comes after. You can survive a jab. You can't survive silence in an industry that thrives on visibility and support. And the worst part, Meghan's not just losing Oprah, she's losing the whole elite safety net she thought she secured when she and Harry first touched down in California. The invitations are thinning out, the collaborations are slowing down, the insiders are talking, and the phrase, too much drama, keeps coming up more and more. There's a pattern to these Hollywood exits. First comes the shift in tone. Jokes instead of praise, shade instead of support. Then the media starts turning. Old allies grow quiet, public sympathy fades, and suddenly all the carefully built connections vanish. That's what Meghan's facing right now. She went from the woman who shook the British monarchy to someone getting mocked by the very people who once amplified her voice. Even the gift baskets say a lot. Meghan's always been about the aesthetic, the perfectly curated branding, the organic snacks, the delicate stationery. Her baskets have become a running joke at this point. Beautiful, overdone, and entirely performative. She sent one to Oprah, probably with a handwritten note and artisanal honey, hoping for a post or a little story shout out. But Oprah, she left it in the shadows. No thanks, no tag, not even a look what I got. In the influencer game, that's a soft block. And Meghan knows it. She's not stupid. She's deeply strategic, but she's also used to being in control. Every interview, every appearance, every public move, carefully calculated. That's why this stings so much. Because she couldn't control it. Oprah laughed, the internet caught on, and Meghan couldn't spin it in her favor fast enough. The vulnerability of it all is showing through the cracks. There's also this lingering desperation to stay relevant. Meghan's brand can't survive on silence. It needs conflict, attention, headlines. But that same strategy is now working against her. People are tired. The narrative hasn't evolved. Victimhood has a shelf life in Hollywood unless it's backed by reinvention. And Meghan's reinvention, still pending. She tried with the Spotify deal, the Netflix content, the lifestyle products, but none of it hit the way she needed it to. So now, what's left? Meghan can't lean on the royals. Those bridges are torched. She can't lean on Hollywood. It's moving on. She can't lean on Oprah. Clearly, that door is shutting. Her best bet would have been to go quiet, regroup, and come back fresh. But instead, she keeps pushing forward with the same tired angle. Misunderstood Duchess, fighting the press, building her empire. It's no longer compelling, it's just exhausting. And then there's the human element. Behind all the PR, the branding, the spin, this is someone who clearly craves validation. Meghan's worst nightmare isn't criticism, it's indifference. And Oprah's non-response? That cuts deeper than any headline. Because it means Meghan doesn't matter enough to fight with anymore. People used to say Oprah was her golden ticket, that as long as she had Oprah in her corner, she'd be untouchable. But the reality is, Oprah was never in her corner. She was just doing business. And when the value of that alliance dropped, so did the warmth. Meghan wanted to rewrite the rules. She wanted to step out of the palace and into power. But now she's caught in a place where neither side wants her. Royalty turned their backs, Hollywood's slipping away, and Oprah, she just laughed, mispronounced her fake last name, and moved on. That says it all.